Redesigning your environment so your habits happen almost on their own starts with the thing nobody ever names out loud: resistance. Resistance is not laziness, and it is not a defect in your character. It is the distance, measured in seconds and steps and tiny decisions, between the moment you want to do something and the moment you are actually doing it. You want to write, and between you and the page there is a closed laptop, a password you type wrong twice, a folder whose name you cannot remember, and a chair buried under laundry. Each of those is nothing. Stacked together, they are a wall, and you keep walking into it and calling yourself undisciplined. Here is the mechanism. Every action has an activation energy, which simply means the minimum push a thing needs before it starts moving under its own weight, and your behavior follows the same law as a stalled car on a flat road. The hardest meter is always the first one. Nobody sweats pushing the car at walking speed, they sweat getting it to move at all. The same is true of you. The first sentence costs everything and the next 40 cost almost nothing. Your brain is constantly comparing the size of that first push against the energy it has on hand, and when the push looks expensive, it quietly routes you somewhere cheaper. It never announces this. You simply find yourself on the couch, wondering where your motivation went. So stop measuring your habits in willpower and start measuring them in steps. Count them literally. If your gym is a 25-minute drive, that habit costs you roughly 50 minutes before a single repetition happens, and you will quit in February. If it is 6 minutes away or in your living room, the same intention survives the winter. If your guitar lives in a case, under a bed, behind a box, you will play it 4 times a year. Put it on a stand within arm's reach of where you already sit, and you will play it 4 times a week. Your ambition did not change. The number of steps did. Now look at the room you actually spend most of your life in, which is not a room at all. It is your digital environment, and unlike your kitchen, somebody else designed it, and they were not designing it for your benefit. Understand what you are up against. Your phone runs on intermittent reinforcement, meaning rewards that arrive on an unpredictable schedule rather than a reliable one, and that is the exact engineering principle behind a slot machine. If every pull paid out, you would get bored. If none paid out, you would walk away. It is the maybe that hooks you. Most of the times you open that app, there is nothing there, and occasionally there is something delicious, and so your hand reaches for the phone before you have consciously decided anything at all. You are not weak. You are playing a machine that was tuned by very smart people to be unputdownable. You cannot out-discipline a slot machine, so redesign the casino. Charge your phone outside your bedroom tonight, not next Monday. Buy a $9 alarm clock so you lose the excuse. Turn off every notification except calls and messages from actual humans, because a notification is somebody else deciding when your attention starts. Move every application that pays for your attention off the home screen and into a folder on the last page, so you have to search for it by name and log out afterward. Set your screen to grayscale after 9 at night and watch how much less appetizing everything looks without the color. Keep your home screen down to the 4 or 5 tools you use to make things rather than consume them. And put one rule above all of these: the first 30 minutes of your day belong to you, not to a feed. What you look at first sets the speed for everything after it. That principle has a name in the physical world too, and it is the most useful dial you own: friction. Friction is simply how hard it is to do something, and the point is that it is adjustable in both directions. You can add it to the behaviors you want less of and remove it from the behaviors you want more of, and you can do both today with objects you already own. This works because of choice architecture, which just means the way your options are arranged around you, and you already know it from the supermarket. The items at eye level sell far more than the identical items on the bottom shelf. Nobody was persuaded, nobody made an argument, the shelf did the work. Your house is a supermarket and you are the shopper, so arrange the shelves. Use the 20-second rule in both directions. Make the good habit 20 seconds easier and the bad habit 20 seconds harder, and you will be shocked at how decisive 20 seconds is. Sleep in your workout clothes if morning training is the goal. Fill the water bottle at night and leave it where you will trip on it. Leave the book on your pillow so getting into bed requires touching it. In the other direction, put the snacks in an opaque container on the top shelf instead of a glass bowl on the counter, because you eat what you see. Take the batteries out of the television remote and keep them in a drawer in another room. Delete the payment card saved in your shopping apps so every impulse purchase has to survive you typing 16 digits. Here is what that looks like on an ordinary Tuesday night. You come home tired. If the bag of chips is on the counter and the running shoes are in a box in the garage, you will eat and sit, and you will decide again that you have a discipline problem. Flip the 2 objects and the same tired person with the same weak willpower on the same bad day laces up. The behavior changed because the layout changed. Which brings us to something bigger than any single object, the whole space around you, your environment. You are not one consistent person carrying the same habits from room to room. You are a slightly different person in every place because of context-dependent learning, meaning your brain quietly ties behaviors to the surroundings where they happened. You already know this. A song from one particular summer puts you back in that summer instantly, and nobody had to explain the mechanism to you. Rooms work exactly the same way. Every time you eat in bed, scroll in bed, argue on the phone in bed, you are teaching your brain that this rectangle is a place for being awake, and then you lie there at midnight wondering why sleep will not come. You broke the association yourself, one habit at a time. So give every space one job. The bed is for sleep, the desk is for work, and nothing else happens there. No meals, no videos, no bill paying. If you work from home and you have one room, then you need one physical signal that flips it. A specific chair you only sit in to work, a lamp you only switch on for deep work, a jacket you literally put on to start and take off to stop. It sounds theatrical. It works because your brain is reading the room, not your intentions. The concrete version is this. If you cannot fall asleep, stop trying harder and take everything out of that bed that is not sleep for 2 weeks, no exceptions. If you cannot focus, do not buy a productivity app. Clear your desk down to one object, the thing you are working on, and put your phone in a different room, because a phone face down on the desk is still occupying part of your attention just by being reachable. A clear surface is not about tidiness. It is about how few things are competing for you. The last piece is what makes all of it survive a bad week: automation. Automation means making a decision one time in advance so your future self never has to negotiate it again. Every morning you renegotiate what to wear, what to eat, when to train, and whether today counts as an exception. You are spending energy on things that were already settled. Kill the negotiation. The tool is the implementation intention, which is nothing more than an if-then rule written before the moment arrives. If it is 7 in the morning, then I walk, no matter the weather. Think of it as a fire drill. Nobody debates the stairs while the alarm is going. The thinking was finished long before, which is exactly why the body moves. So build defaults. Wear a small set of clothes that all match, so getting dressed is not a decision. Eat the same breakfast every weekday and save your creativity for dinner. Choose 3 dinners you can cook without a recipe and rotate them. Set every bill to auto-pay and every saving to transfer the day your money arrives, so your discipline is only tested once in the setup. Book 20 minutes every Sunday to reset the environment for the week ahead. Clothes out, bottle filled, desk cleared, calendar blocked, phone cleaned up. 20 minutes on Sunday buys you 5 mornings that require no thought at all. And write the if-then rules for the moments you already know are coming, because you always know. If I get home and want to collapse, then I change clothes first and decide afterward. If I miss a day, then I never miss 2. If I finish dinner, then the kitchen closes. You are not predicting the future, you are preloading it. None of this is about becoming a stronger person. It is about accepting something more useful and more honest. You are always being shaped by whatever surrounds you in every second, whether you chose it or not. The room votes, the screen votes, the shelf votes. Discipline is what you are forced to spend when your surroundings are working against you, and most people spend their entire lives paying that tax instead of spending one afternoon redesigning the place where they live. Build the space that makes the person you want to be the path of least resistance, and then let the space do the work you have been trying to do alone.
Huh? Wow!